Hey people, I'm Katie of Nature. This is part 2 of my discussion about microplastics. In the first video, I talked about how our products break down and as they get into the earth, the water, the air, the animals, subsequently they get into our bodies. So in this video, I want to talk about the adverse health effects that they can have on our bodies once they are in them. So I did some research and I found that plastics have only been around since like the late 1800s, and then they became more widely used in the 50s and 60s. So that's not that long a period of time. And human beings have been on this earth for a lot longer than that, hundreds of thousands of years. Whether you think we evolved from monkeys, or if you think that ancient aliens were here and genetically spliced us and, created us as a part of them and a part of monkeys or whatever, antelopes, I don't know. Here we are. And it's been here, we've been here a lot longer than plastic. So it just doesn't belong in our bodies. So according to Harvard EDU, which is a very reliable source, I didn't do a ton of research because I don't have the time and no one's paying me to do this, but I did want to have a little bit of an idea before I talk to you. And there is a link to plastic and decreased fertility for one, as well as increased cancer. So the rates of cancer are astronomical. The cancer's always been a risk, different kinds of cancer. If you were a smoker, you might have lung cancer. Women always had to worry about breast cancer. That was scary. But now it just seems like cancer is so common. It's so common even in our pets. I've had 2 cats that I've had to put down in the past because they had cancer. So it seems a little ridiculous to me. It's got to be something that we're doing, something in the environment, something that we're putting in our bodies, and it very well may be plastic. So just keep that in mind. It also can disrupt our endocrine system. So our endocrine system is our hormones, which are really important for regulating all sorts of things in our body. So our growth and development, our reproduction, our fetal development, things like your mood, your appetite, your sex drive, all that stuff is regulated by our hormones. So it's really important for them to function appropriately. Plastic could also get into your breast milk, which then goes on to your baby. That's a really, that was kind of scary for me. I don't have kids, but it's kind of a scary thought that you could be passing something, so harmful onto your child just by trying to do the right thing and breastfeed. It also, it could get into your gut. So I know I have gut health issues. I have to be very careful with what I eat, and so many people do nowadays, which I attribute it to gluten. But who knows if plastic doesn't have a part to play in that as well. So it definitely could affect your gut health. One of the scariest things for me, and I kind of did separate research because this didn't come up initially when I was looking, but I really believe there is a correlation to dementia, and it has been found that plastic could be in the brain, and that there's a potential link. No conclusive evidence, but I think that if there was a conclusive link found, I don't think it would be disclosed because it's terrifying, because the damage is already done. Plastic is already in all of us if you live in a developed country, for sure. So we have to be aware, and just do what you can, where you can, cut down, watch my other videos where I talk about ways to cut down on plastic, and I'm just getting started. I want to, talk a lot more about ways we could try to make the environment better for ourselves, for our kids, for the animals, for the earth. But also, there's probably tons of people that know way more than I do. So just, keep your mind open, and just try to make better choices so we can leave a better world for those who come after us. So thanks for listening to me again. Do your part and I'll do mine.